Who was Noah? Noah is probably most famously known for building the ark to escape the great flood. But how exactly did his whole story go? You see, in Genesis 5:25, there was this man who was born named Lamech. Later in his life, he became a father to a son. And in Genesis 5:29, it says that, quote, Lamech named his son Noah, for he said, "May he bring us relief from our work and the painful labor of farming this ground that the Lord has cursed." Lamech lived to be 777 years old. Soon after this, the world plunged deep into sin, as explained in Genesis 6:1-7. But out of all the evil men, there was one that stood out: Noah. Genesis 6:9 says that Noah was a righteous man, the only blameless person living on earth at that time. In Noah's days, during the corruption of the world, it was said that Noah was a preacher of righteousness, mentioned in 2 Peter 2:5. Based off the way he was practically the only righteous man at that time, it makes sense how he would try to spread the Lord to all the people of the earth. Now Noah was also super close with God, and since the Lord observed all the corruption going on, he told Noah that, quote, he decided to destroy all living creatures, for they have filled the earth with violence. So along with this, he commanded Noah to build a boat. Genesis 6:14-16 states the construction of the boat, where God tells Noah to, quote, build a large boat from cypress wood and waterproof it with tar inside and out. Then construct decks and stalls throughout its interior. Make the boat 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Leave an 18-inch opening below the roof all the way around the boat. Put the door on the side and build 3 decks inside the boat: lower, middle, and upper. After it was built, which took about 100 years, Noah was to round up a few of every animal, at least 1 male and 1 female. Now at 600 years old, Noah began his experience through the flood. Rain poured down for 40 days and 40 nights, which was enough to cover the mountains, going about 22 feet above the highest peaks. Everything outside the boat perished, and only 8 people survived: Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives. And for 150 days, it remained like this. 5 months later, after the initial flooding, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. After 40 more days, Noah released a raven and a dove to scout out the land. After they had returned, Noah waited 7 days and sent out the dove again, and it came back with a fresh olive branch. After another 7 days, the bird never came back. Now, 2 months later, the earth had dried. So now God commanded Noah to open the boat and release the animals, pair by pair. After that, Noah built an altar to the Lord, and it pleased him. At last, Noah's family had survived. God put a rainbow in the sky as a covenant that he would never flood the earth again. And that is the inspiring, faithful story of Noah, the one man who pursued God in the midst of evil. We, ourselves, should be just as obedient and faithful as Noah in our lives.